calm down, cause you just wanna learn something, so I teach him something. I am the one that teach.
Call me 10 wins and 20.
Why wasn't the truth put out? Why wasn't real discussion happening? Why wasn't unbiased truth? Why was it that the only talking points bashed Katie, or the only talking points made her seem like she did it? Why didn't anybody talk about what was said in these videos that were taken down? You see where I'm going? Because it's the truth. These things did need to be talked about. That's the truth. Then you've got, I could go so many more different places, man. You've got an uncharacteristic defense of Steve McRae from people that normally would be logical, that I can't figure out, that I want to figure out because I would like to be able to stay friends with certain people. But you know, you're only harming Steve when you keep freaking making excuses for him to get away with this stuff. In the end, the only true friend that he's ever going to have in this is the guy that stood up and called him out for his BS. But he'll end up losing that one in the process, and he'll be stuck with the ones that are too scared to really tell him how it is. And if that's what you want, that's good. That's all good. Get it. But I'm not going to let people literally harass, bully, and disguise it as an expose. An expose is a listing of what's going on, provably, a listing of facts that shows evidence that's there, that makes good logical arguments, puts it out, and then moves on. That's an expose. What turns an expose into harassment? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you could go to the Great Debate community and watch the video that happened today where they're literally just making fun of her. They're literally just putting her down, and it's not become about exposing any type. When you look, the other side now, regardless of what Katie's done, and it'll be up to Katie to apologize for anything she did wrong, right? We will talk about this in my edited videos that are coming out. But my point is, I'm done supporting the guy that's continually harassing Katie. I'm done supporting him. I'm not anymore. He is, if I line up all the things that Katie did next to the stuff Steve's doing, he's way more of a monster than she ever could have been. And maybe that'll change in the future. Maybe it'll change. Still doesn't mean he's not evil. Because by definition, the man is. Okay? So one more time. The reasons that we thought we could gang up on Katie, even though that should have never happened. That's why gang up if you're right. Why gang up if you're right? The reasons that we thought that Katie did something wrong, let's start with the accusation. Well, that actually is valid now, so you can't use that as a criticism. Goodbye. What about the strike against Leslie? Well, it turns out Leslie was breaking community guideline in that video now that I've actually been able to, process it, see it, and know what happened. So that could have been why things were a little bit hazy, too, when I would ask for evidence around it. But now that whole part of it is out the window. So now the two biggest catalysts for people to hate Katie are out the window. What about the screenshots, those infamous screenshots that person M and person X? You know what's weird? They knew this about Leslie's video. They knew Leslie's video deserved to be struck. You got me? They knew it. And if they knew that, then they must have known eventually somebody would call that out. And it's really weird to me. You get a really weak call out on Katie taking down a video that needed to be taken down because it broke guidelines. And all of a sudden, these screenshots come out that make Katie say this with no one. There's no one there that's backing these These screenshots literally have no one behind them. Until they have someone behind them, and not just a middleman, and not just the mama man, or not just the fifth person, the actual person, and they prove it, you can just throw that damn thing right out the damn window. It's looking like now we can put Katie up next to Steve McRae and really start judging who's the monster, who's the bad guy, who deserves to be exposed. And yeah, putting her down for the medication she takes. She can't drink a beer, but you literally have a rum and coke night. How hypocritical is it getting? At least she's not doing that on the other side, right? I'm sorry, dude. All of a sudden, the scales just tipped. And now Katie is in the clear, and Steve is the guy who needs to be exposed. He's the monster. He's the harasser. He's just all the things that he set out to fight against one day long ago. He's become it. Same thing that happened to Kyle. Same thing that happened to Kyle. And you know what? You know what's fucked up? From a dude that says that he logically breaks things down, no opinion is invalid, and he can argue anything, right? He's going to warp out what I said tonight, or if he doesn't, just ignore it altogether, while trying to turn you against me at the same time by like just saying I don't do this and I don't do that on my channel and all this. And then he's going to go live and he's going to bash Katie. You notice how he's not doing it on his channel today. I think he is starting to worry that his main channel might get taken down if he keeps doing it there. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't know it was going to turn in to some dude bullying some lady. But what kind of people are you? Who do you support? What do you support? You support that? Is that what this community has become, right? You know, I really like the people that were in that community, and I'm not going to hold any of them against any of them. I really did think you guys were all right and all cool, but if you support Steve McRae, I don't support you anymore. I just want to make this clear. If you support Steve McRae, I don't support you anymore. You got to unsub. The button's right below the player. You want to stop supporting me? That's fine. You want to get mad at me? Get mad. You want to expose me? Make a video. You want to flip out? Then flip. I regret ever meeting Steve McRae.